Hello, and welcome back to another episode. I just wanted to talk a little bit more about the PlayStation 5 Pro. Now, I would say that the dust has settled, but it hasn't on the internet. But for me, the dust has settled. I've had a lot of time to process the price tag of the PlayStation 5 Pro, weighing up the pros and the cons, if I would get my money's worth if I paid the 700. And we'll get to that later on in the video. But what I kind of want to address is us, the gamers. And I don't understand why, this video's not going to fucking change anything, and I can't control how other people are on the internet. You can only control yourself, and you can only control your own behaviour and how you interact with people day to day on the internet, at work, in the street, when just interacting with people. You can't control what other people are doing. You can only control and focus on yourself. And I think a lot of people try and control what other people are doing rather than focusing on what they are doing. And I'm just seeing a lot of this thing on the internet. And I know Twitter, it is such a small minority of people, and Twitter isn't real life, and it's not like the whole demographic of how everyone's feeling. But it is like a cesspool at times going on there, and just watching people lynch people and go after people that say that they're going to buy the PlayStation 5 Pro, and reading the comments of people saying things like, "You're part of the problem. Well done. You're buying into the scam. You're not a real PlayStation fan if you support this rubbish," and all that stuff. Just the general nonsense that you would expect to hear. And on the flip side of that, you've also got people that are going after people that can't afford it. People that are saying, "Haha, you can't afford it. Get a job." That's just on both sides. Like, people going after people that can't afford it, and people that are going after it who can afford it, and people who are going after it who don't want to pick it up yet because for whatever reason. And I just think it's so playground. And like, Twitter on a daily basis is like a storm in a teacup. Everything, there's always something, negativity for negativity's sake. This huge, some of it's just like outrage for the sake of it. The way I'm looking at the PlayStation 5 Pro is the same way I looked at the PS4 Pro. I got a lot of use out of the PlayStation 4 Pro. I just upgraded my TV, and my current PlayStation sounded like it was going to take off or explode. So yeah, I made the jump and got a PS4 Pro, and I enjoyed having the option to flick between fidelity and performance mode. It wasn't that much of a big shock. It kind of eased me into the PlayStation 5 because you had performance and fidelity modes, so I kind of knew what was going on there. If you just went from the PlayStation 4, the base PS4, to the PlayStation 5, the performance mode and the fidelity mode would have been a bit more of a shock to you and a bit more of a surprise. But I am considering getting one, and that's just because I know what I'm like. Do you know what I mean? And if people want to come after me, and for whatever reason, then it's going to fall on deaf ears, because I don't respond to negativity. I don't have time. I just remove things like that off my YouTube comments and stuff. No time for people like that. And that's where I'm coming into saying I just wish people would focus on themselves and control their own behaviours a bit. Because if me making a video like this is going to trigger somebody to the point where they're going to write out a visceral, angry comment because I've decided to buy something with my own money that I work hard for, that is a huge you problem. The price of the PlayStation, the reality of the situation is the price and the product itself. How you react to it is a you problem. If you're that outraged by the price, vote with your wallet. Don't vote with my wallet. Don't vote with other people's wallets. Take a stand and vote with your own wallet. On the flip side, nobody's got a gun to your head. You don't have to have this. If somebody hasn't got a PS5 and have been holding off, they've been waiting to buy a PlayStation 5, and maybe they've picked up the PS5 Slim, but they might go, I might get the Pro. It's got all the bells and whistles, whatever. It's the best model. I'll go for that. If you've already got a PS5, you are good. Unless you are like somebody like me and many other people that has to have the best of everything because, for whatever reason, I just like having new things. I'm not stuck playing on one console. And I realise that's a huge luxury. Do you know what I mean? But like I say, I work fucking hard for my money. This isn't a full-time job. I go out and work. I do fucking 45, 50 hours a week, and it's fucking hard work, what I do. So when payday swings around, yeah, I like to treat myself. Do you know what I mean? And why shouldn't I? Do you know what I mean? I'm not gonna feel bad for spending money that I've worked hard for. Never going to feel bad for that, you know. And I realise that people, and that's another thing, everybody is in a different financial situation. Everybody. So when you see people calling people out because they're not picking up the Pro, you know, they're telling people that they're harassing people because they can't afford it or they don't want to pick it up, that is wrong, because everyone's in a different situation. Somebody might be on disability. Somebody might be a carer or having to look after somebody. Somebody might not have a job. Somebody, do you know what I mean? Somebody might be a single parent. Somebody might have kids. Somebody might have, you know, we're going through a cost of living crisis at the moment. Everything's shooting up. Gas, electricity, petrol, everything's, food prices. The only thing that's not going up is fucking wages. Do you know what I mean? So everyone's feeling the pinch, but everyone's in a different situation. We're quite lucky. Helen, my wife, she's got a better job than me. She's a fucking accountant, and she's an assassin on the side as well. So that brings in a little bit of extra cash. She's got a better job than me. So she's the breadwinner in this fucking relationship. Her kids are grown up. We don't have kids. We don't plan on having kids. She's got 2 daughters, my stepdaughters. They don't live with us anymore. Do you know what I mean? They're out in the one's just gone to uni today, actually. We've got a puppy. So we're in a different financial situation to somebody who and that's the thing I'm trying to sort of get across. You know, don't go after people that are deciding to have the funds to do this, or have the passion because they like to have new things, and they'll get a lot of use out of this skew. This different skew of the PlayStation. And on the flip side of that, you shouldn't go after people that can't afford it, because you shouldn't fucking make anyone feel bad for not being able to afford things. You know, the amount of, it's crazy what I see on a day-to-day basis at work. I don't even want to get into it on here, but there's some of the people, you can tell people are struggling. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy. So you shouldn't make people feel bad for not being able to buy something, and you shouldn't make somebody feel bad for wanting to buy something or having the ability to afford to buy something because they're passionate about something. It's ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? And I know this is bullshit, and this is just like me venting, but you're never going to change the gaming community. There's always going to be negativity for negativity's sake. Always going to be fanboy wars and insecure people on the internet that have to defend the purchase that they've picked, the team that they've picked or whatever. It's never going to go away. And realising that sort of thing is never going to go away, I have to police my corner of the internet a little bit better than I have been doing, because I'm seeing all this stuff. Influencers coming out as well, and it's the same ones, you know, the same ones that I've mentioned in previous videos. It's the same snake oil salesmen coming out and saying, just build a PC, and, you know, putting these pictures up of a PS5 Pro, what's in it, and versus a PlayStation, you know, a PC that you could build and all this. And it's just like, why does it matter so much that these people that are terminally online, tweeting 24/7 about usually the opposition, what they call the opposition. I don't understand why it matters so much that they've got to just feed into this false drama. Now, the price of the PlayStation 5, yeah, it's fucking crazy. That could be, I'm assuming a lot of it's to do with inflation. Possibly, maybe it's partly Sony being greedy. Maybe they've threw an extra £100 on because they're trying to recoup the money they lost from Concord. I don't know. All I know is that it's got a 2 terabyte hard drive. It's the same size as my current PlayStation 5, which is a digital PlayStation 5. It's a digital PS5 Pro. I won't be getting the disc drive that you need. If you're getting the disc drive, it's 800 quid. And it's crazy. It is crazy. It's a crazy price. Will I get a lot of use out of it? yes. You're probably going to you're looking at maybe 4-5 years use out of it until we see a PlayStation fucking 6. Maybe we'll get a PlayStation 6 announced in 2028 or something. I don't know. I'm not a fucking influencer or an insider. But will I get a lot of use out of it? Yes. Am I the target demographic for this piece of hardware? Yes. Am I going to pick one up? Probably. I'm not going to sit here and go, I'm not going to get one, and then when the pre-orders go live, then pre-order one and come back on here and go, oh yeah, by the way, I pre-ordered one. Because I really feel like people should stand by the convictions on the internet. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to bullshit and say, oh, I'm not going to get one. It's outrageous. Yeah, I was shocked by the price initially in my reaction video, but I've had a lot of time to digest it, and I was like, ah, fuck it. Why not? Why not? You'll use it. It's, you know, it's something you'll use on a daily basis. Also noticed a lot of these influencers as well that are saying, like, you know, I watched a video from one of them the other day, and the title was "Don't Buy the PlayStation 5 Pro." Same thumbnail. And then halfway through the video, he said he was going to buy one because he's got to review it for his job, his work, his YouTube channel. And I think, well, you don't have to do that. You're doing that because you want to do that. You know, if I don't think you can stand there and make a video or, you know, stand on a pedestal on your Twitter account and tell people what they can and can't do with their money when you're planning on picking one up yourself, because that's called being a hypocrite. And I think people should stand by their convictions. I think people like these big influencers, if they don't want to buy it, they shouldn't buy it. Set an example if that's how strong you feel. But I can't sit here and say I'm not going to get one because I know what I'm like. I know exactly what I'm like. You know, I've just bought the PlayStation 5 Portal. I bought the earbuds for shits and giggles, although they are really good. Work really well with the Portal. Bought the PlayStation VR, hardly use it. I got a Switch OLED when I had a Switch. The PC's 2 years old, and I got a Series X. I just know. I know for a fact when the pre-orders go live, I know for a fact I'll get one. I know what I'm like. Should I buy one? Do I need one? No. No, I don't. I'm quite happy with the PlayStation 5 that I've got, but I know what I'm like. I know what I'm like. I'm like a kid in a candy store, and, you know, like I say, I've got the DualSense Edge controller as well. So I know what I'm like. I know I'm my own worst enemy when it comes to stuff like this, but will I get one? Probably. Most likely, yes. If I can obtain a pre-order, I will get one, 100%. I got the Series X at launch, got the PlayStation 5 at launch, got the PSVR 2 at launch. Will I get the PlayStation Pro at launch? I will try my very hardest to get it, yeah, 100%. I was playing Horizon. I've never played... A lot of the games that are PlayStation 4 5 Pro enhanced as well, I've got in my back catalogue and I haven't played them. So I'm kind of thinking, well, I might just hold off and not play them until the Pro comes out. I started playing Horizon Forbidden West the other day, and I was blown away how good it looked. And I was thinking, how can this look any better on the Pro? Because it looks amazing now. But I like new tech. Like I'll get the PlayStation 6. I'll get the PlayStation 6 Pro when it comes out. I'll get the next Xbox. I know what I'm like. I'm invested in video games. But I don't like seeing people policing and gatekeeping other people's enjoyment of the hobby. And I think if it's not for you, there's nothing wrong with going on the internet and voicing why it's not for you, but going into other people's tweets and comments and ridiculing them and making them feel bad for wanting to buy something or not buy something isn't cool. And I just wish that as a community we were a bit more sensitive to that and a bit more respectful and a little bit more nicer to each other, instead of it just being so black and white, negativity for negative sake. You know, lambasting people, making people, you know, just trying to get a one-up on everybody for clout. It's exhausting. But like I say, you can police your own part of the internet, your own corner of the internet. I'm quite happy with the little following that I've got on Twitter. Do you know what I mean? I don't think I need any more. But if you want to go and follow me, you can follow me at pimpmyshed at twitter.com. And the mute buttons are godsend. I've been using that religiously. Just muting people. Anything I don't like seeing, mute. Don't want to see it. Not interested. Don't want to see people bringing each other people down. You know, this is a hobby. It's an amazing medium. It's like playing virtual films. It's the highest form of escapism for me, and I will always be, or try to be, at the forefront of it when it comes to consoles and having all the systems, because I enjoy playing everything. I don't like being locked off to one thing. And you know, I remember being a child and having a Nintendo. Having an NES, you know, seeing my friends have a Sega Mega Drive, and I was like, oh, they're really cool. I'd really like one. But being locked, and the only way I could get a game was birthdays and Christmases. You know, I couldn't just go up to my mum and go, oh, can I get the new game? And, you know, because my parents, we weren't spoilt, me and my sister. So it was birthday and Christmas, you could basically, you know, get what you wanted. You know, it's not like I had a job where I could just go, yeah, I'm just going to, you know, pick up the latest video game console. But once you work and I just think if you work for your money, you know, you need your hobby, you need your passion, and so that's kind of where I wanted to sort of just land on the video. You know, if you're getting the Pro, fantastic, great. I hope you enjoy it. If you're not getting the Pro and it's not for you and you want to wait or you can't afford it, then that's also fine. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's the same with, like, the next Xbox. But, you know, you don't... It's I don't know. It's sad, man. It really is. It really upsets me. You know, it really brings me down when I see people, like... I really feel for people that aren't... You know, everyone's struggling at the moment. Everybody. Absolutely everyone is struggling, you know. The heat... You know, I'm dreading winter. Dreading putting the heating on in winter. It's fucking crazy. Like, bills are just fucking skyrocketing, and it's hard. It's tough out there. You know? It's real life. Real life. And I tell you what, the whole conversation about the Pro, you can tell that it's the conversation around it, the negativity swirling around on Twitter, isn't going to reflect the sales of that product. And the canary in the coal mine is that all the hard drives have sold out. All the hard drives that you're going to have to use to attach on the PlayStation 5 Pro have sold out. So that just tells you that this is going to sell. So the small minority, of Twitter, usually the smallest minority of voices, trying to whip up a negative frenzy. I don't think the sales of this is going to reflect the conversation. I think it's going to sell. I think it's for a lot of people. And I think, again, it's just the internet being the internet. And it's just one more thing that's just been blown out of proportion. And, like I say, storm in a teacup. But let me know what you think, in the comments. I also want to really I crossed the threshold the other day, and it's a small threshold, but I hit 350 subscribers last night. And that is a small milestone in the grand scheme of YouTube, but for somebody who has been doing this for fucking 7+ years and not really been doing it to the best of his ability, being quite lazy, being quite lax, but I really feel like I'm getting into my stride, and I feel like I'm becoming more confident when I'm talking and stuff. I don't script my videos. I try not to edit them down all the time and cut places. I really just like to get on, make a video and get off and then upload it. But I'm still growing, I'm still learning, and it's definitely something I want to keep pursuing, because I enjoy coming on here and just having this therapy session, which is me and the camera, and getting things off my chest, because I just think it's good to talk about shit, good and bad, about hobbies and stuff. So I really wanted to say thank you for, maybe I'll do a separate video, but I really wanted to say thank you for the support and the new subscribers that have been trickling in recently, and to anyone who watches the videos, I really appreciate it. If you've made it to the end of the video, I want you to type cabbage in the comments, and we'll see you on the next one. Again, I don't like asking for subscribers. I really appreciate anyone who subscribes and, gives a subscription. I appreciate anyone who likes the videos, who watches the videos. It really spurs me on to make more. So I really appreciate it. So thank you very much, and we'll see you on the next one. So take care.